Welcome to episode 36 of the WireTap podcast with Alex.
And wait, who am I? Just kidding. It's Carlos. What's up, Alex?
What's going on, man?
Not
Good
much,
night?
man. Yeah, man. It's good to be home. Good to be back. Good little getaway. Had to go do some. I love my city, man. I love New York. If I could live in Manhattan, bro, I would totally live in Manhattan.
I don't know about that, man.
But
So,
bro, it's what's crazier is that if you look for a one bedroom studio apartment, check this out, in Manhattan, you're looking at 35 to 5,500 a month. 35 to 5,500 a month. I might as well just save that cash and purchase some real estate in Boca Raton.
yeah.
Isn't
That's
that crazy, dude?
So you went down there for a couple days?
Yeah, man. I need to hit reset on some things just internally. You know me, I like to take my little trips just to hit reset once in a while. And it's been a while I've done a bigger trip because just of the way things are. But listen, bro, when it comes to traveling and airports, it's not as a pain in the butt that one would think, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I would say, honestly, if you get a chance to get away, dude, get away and jump on an airplane. But didn't you just recently go to Disney? Did you
Yeah,
fly
we
or
went.
did you drive?
No, because we had more people with us. We actually drove, but
Oh, you drove. Okay.
But I told her last time, I was like, dude, I'm next time I'm not gonna drive down there if it's just us. It's like we just get some plane tickets. Let's just go. It's about the same anyways. And
You mean to
then
go to Orlando?
yeah, you're there within an hour, and then it's just
You
imagine all the
enjoy the
time
day
you
longer.
waste.
Yeah,
And
man.
yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
definitely a lot better.
And Orlando
And
seems so where you're located to Orlando, it feels like forever.
yeah,
I remember when we were younger and we used to drive to Miami. Man, it felt like forever trying to get down to
oh for
Miami.
sure. And
Oh
then you
my
stick a plane, you're there
gosh.
like in an hour and a half, 2 hours
Right,
tops. Yeah, but
right. So anyway, yeah, man, it was good. I had a great time. But when you're in New York, you think about money. I got a chance to go hang out down Wall Street in the financial district. Bro, there is a crazy thing down there. I don't
with the
know,
gorilla or
with the
something.
gorilla. I had to see this for myself, man. And it's just
Uh,
it's just, I don't know where it came from. I don't think people know. I don't think everybody knows, but somebody's got to know, because you're not just going to leave a piece of art like
yeah,
that. And it's all of that. It's all because of that whole Wall Street's gone bananas. It's a hot market right now, dude. It's a hot market. And I was blown away by it. I really was. I got a chance to do some more museums, something I have not had a chance to do when going to New York. I hardly ever take the time to go to like the Met or modern art, things of that nature. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna knock that out this time. And I really got inspired, and it was good, man. It was a good reset, bro. I really enjoyed
no,
it. But
that's
being
talk
down
about.
there, you think about money, bro, and you think about strategy all the stinking time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and that kind of leads to our first topic here because you've mentioned this before, and I just kind of want to. Well, I saw this article, and
Yeah,
I wanted to point it back out and be like, because it's very important about the power of investing consistently.
yeah,
And
yeah.
we mentioned, and especially you mentioned in the show about dollar cost averaging. And by the way, if you're a new listener and you're trying to see what that is basically, if instead of doing a big lump sum, say you have like $6,000 that you're gonna invest. That's kind of the example that the article gives.
Right,
Instead of going and buying, you're gonna think about it like, do I really want to put $6,000 on this stock?
right,
or
right.
or you think you overanalyze it a lot more versus if you just took $500 for the next 12
Mhm.
months and you just bought that same stock,
Right.
because it's going to go down 71, 70,
Mhm,
76,
mhm.
and it's go 100.
Especially the way with the market recently is fluctuating so much, for sure.
So yeah, with that, at the end of the day, you're paying an average. You'll take your average, and it's like, oh, you're way better off if you bought it at a lump sum. Now, of course,
Right,
if you bought it at a lump sum and it was low and it went up, yeah, you can make more profit on it. But dude, it's more risky, right? Or you're probably
right,
not gonna do it. So that's
right.
when being consistent and doing the dollar cost averaging goes a long way.
Mhm, mhm. But that's that excuse me. That's one of the best things when it comes to investment, man. That's a strategy in itself. I mean, we talk about strategy all the time. A regular investing strategy is going to help you, one, stay focused on your end goals. I've always said this. I've said this to Alex. I say it to myself. When it comes to investing, you got to have a goal, right? You can't just throw money out there for the sake of throwing money. You got to have a goal. Like, what is the ultimate goal as soon as I generate these $6,000, right?
Yeah.
Am I expecting a 3.5% return? Am I expecting a 1% return? Am I under a 1%? You might as well leave that in a savings account, right? Don't go, don't go through all this uncertainty for the sake of less of a percent, right? So, watch the market, watch the movements, bro. There's been so much movement lately. Just for an example, this whole digital world acquisition corp that me and you were talking about earlier, when it comes to what's been going on with former President Trump, and he's trying to start his social media. Just in this SPAC, right? This SPAC fund, it's
Hmm.
up 100%, right? No wonder there's a gorilla, right? Down on Wall Street in front of the charging bull that says this market has gone bananas, because it really has in so many ways, Alex. So,
Hmm.
when you're looking at these investment strategies, I think you've brought something that certainly needs to be said. But at the end of the day, you also got to remember inflation, man. Have you seen the gas prices lately?
Look, gas is one of the things that I do not think about because I've years ago you remember back in the days when you used to pay like a dollar
Oh man, I
for
remember,
for a
bro. I remember
gallon.
when 89 was actually 89.
Yeah, I mean it was crazy. So back then, of course, the price went up and up, and I didn't. I said I don't sit there and think about it. You need gas. You need to go places. Just put it
Right.
in and keep going. But yes, the price has gone up.
Well, for me, it's not a matter. I think I hear what you're saying, but for me, it's this is a small reflection of the current economy,
Hmm.
right? This is a small reflection of where inflation is going. Listen, you've got so much of a demand right now in almost every sector, right? Especially the retail. There is conversation, Alex. I don't know if you've been listening lately. I mean, there's conversation that Christmas may not look like Christmas this year because of all this lack of supply,
Yeah,
right? You've got over 1,000 ships. I last heard over 1,000 ships just stranded out in the middle of nowhere,
it
right?
was crazy,
Black
dude.
Friday. What is going to be Black Friday for a place like Walmart and Target? That's just honestly, what is that going to look like for them, right? When their inventory is at an all-time low, yet they're delivering positive earnings, right? They're delivering fantastic forecasting, right? And they're actually executing well, but it's about to hit the fan, right?
Well, the
And
problem is that you don't have no inventory. As soon as the inventory gets in, it's sold. Like
gone,
it's crazy. So yeah, they're gonna show good numbers. Why? Because things are not holding up on the shelves. I mean,
right?
by the time they actually put that, is five people already want it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Look, dude, I couldn't find eggs the other day. And there's not this, like, there is not the whole, you remember when
Yeah, the
you can,
pandemic when it
right,
spiked.
right, right, where there's no eggs and there's no toilet paper, the coronavirus, and go get your
Mhm.
bread because there's a storm coming. Like, there's not
Yeah.
that kind of a craziness. It's just, period, a lack of supply. There's good, listen, when there is a demand and there is a lack of supply, that shows fantastic to me. It says the market is going to outperform, right? Because this is the ideal situation for any market, right? Where there is a lack of supply, right? There's a lack of supply, and there is so much of a demand, right? For me, that says that the economy is trending up, and it will continue to trend up, but it is currently struggling, man.
And that kind of goes with what we're talking about, being consistent, because trying to time the market and knowing when it's going to go take the dip and when it's going to be at its top is so hard. So, I mean, being consistent on the, especially before in a stock that you believe in, you know, goes a long way, and it helps you with that long strategy game.
So, I go back to what you were mentioning, man. I think it's a great thing to always keep this in mind, that when you're investing, have a goal and make sure that you pace yourself, make sure that you take your time, study the market, watch the market movers, right?
Mhm.
Things of that nature. But, as we're talking about, all this lack of supply, and there's so much demand in the market, there's so many things that I think about when I walk into the, just in the retail space out there. And I'm like, man, they're really sold out of this, sold out of that. So that I go back to think about the in the past, let's just go 50 years, Alex, right? If we could be
Mhm.
honest, man, the past 50 years, what would you say was like the best invention, dude? Like, if you could sit there and say, for me, Carlos, it'd be this, man. But for me, if I'm looking at it, 50 years, I'd say to you, Alex, what are some of the best inventions that jump out at you, dude?
Well, we had some technical difficulties there. I didn't see it.
Was that
I
you?
didn't hear. Yeah, but listen, no, a lot of this is, and immediately one of the biggest inventions that I think is, of course, the cell phone, the iPhone, because that made having a computer
The
in our
iPhone
hands.
or the phone?
No, the iPhone,
Okay. Okay. So for you,
because
it was
it
the iPhone. Gotcha. Gotcha.
is not the smartphone; it's the iPhone. It's
Gotcha.
is
Gotcha.
It's Steve Jobs. He made it happen where he brought it. And of course, yes, all the rest of them came along in the smartphone, but it was his thing that actually caused this wave to start happening with these smartphones.
By the way,
So that's
let me
one.
get your take now that you said this. What do you think about this new iPhone, Alex?
What?
Are you still blown away by Tim Cook's
No, no, no.
leadership?
Obviously,
I haven't asked you
obviously
this,
the
and
iPhone.
I know you're a big Apple guy.
No, no, no. Listen, the iPhone itself, it nowadays, long as you don't need to replace it like you once had, and it was like, oh, it's completely different, it's this. Right now, since like the iPhone 10, probably there's not a lot of changes. Yeah, it's better cameras, better stuff like that, a little faster, but as long as your phone is still capable of moving fast, there's no reason to replace it. Yeah, eventually, like, you'll replace it every 3 years. It's like, okay, maybe it's time for
And that's
another
their
phone.
top SKU. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah, no,
their.
correct.
Yeah.
And they're nice. I mean, the new ones look nice and stuff, but if my phone's works, I'm not gonna shell another $1,000 on the phone,
Well, I think
I'll
my
take my
question,
time.
and yeah, no, I think my question. Let me rephrase the question. I don't think it was a matter of, Alex, should I purchase a new iPhone? My question is, uh, as far as where this company named Apple is going, from what you just saw released, are you still a long term holder when it comes to the
Well,
stock? When it comes to believing in the company?
yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, I think the company still has potential. It's still, at any given moment, they could come out with something and just blow you out of the water. I'm not saying they're going to.
Like the
They
headphones
but they
that now do a hearing test and possibly could tell you the temperature of your body, like that kind of.
Well, I mean, I'm not talking about that kind of. I'm talking about the next different variation. A different iPhone, or a different, not an iPhone. You know what I'm saying? It's like a different product that takes you to the next step. Like, wow, that we're missing that. I mean, I think they're trying, but why not go and do a thermostat? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, eh, I
Like,
mean,
get
I
in
know
the
that there's
freaking
plenty.
market, right? Right.
I see
Stop
it, like,
making iPhones.
so think about it like this, like Elon Musk, right? He's not just a car manufacturer. He's so much more. We mentioned it before. He does so many different categories,
Yeah.
that why not Apple do that? Like, why not? Throw your interface inside of partner up with, I don't know, Samsung's probably Android or something, but LG or
Probably don't want to do
something.
that.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying?
LG
Yeah.
stopped making cell phones this year.
No. Oh, see what I'm saying? But it's like, you can partner up with this manufacturer, and or GE, right? And just throw
Yeah.
your interface inside of a fridge. I don't know.
You
I
just,
think,
it's getting old, Alex.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they don't have anything exciting. I mean, yeah, their products are good or
Here
whatever
it
here and
comes,
there,
guys.
but
A
I
new
think,
button.
what,
Ooh.
a new button. No, but
Listen,
talking about different inventions, obviously, I think
I just wanted to pick your brain for a minute because
the
I'm not
iPhone.
surprised.
No,
I'm not
dude, the
surprised.
iPhone is definitely. I definitely think that's one of the best inventions, and of course, I mean, we got the electric car
Yeah, yeah,
that's also mentioned here, but um, that's a big one because I think we're all going there, and I don't know about you, California banning like even the lawnmowers and little small combustion engines is like
right, right.
I
That's
don't know where
Cali.
we're going. Yeah,
That's
but
Cali for you.
I don't think that that's enough to make a difference. I think if they
No.
adopted it statewide or I don't know, but that's a different story.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you think? What is your takes?
I'm gonna say, listen, I know you're probably gonna say, well, that's encompassed in the phone, Carlos. I know what you're about to say, but recently, just as recent as less than 48 hours ago, dude, I'm sitting in New York City, and I love the subway, dude. I love the subway. It's fast, it's quick, you avoid
Which
traffic.
today is in the news for different
Right.
like, go ahead.
Right. I do. I love the subway. However, it can be a little complicated, right? If you've never been to New York and you don't know the subway system, for me, it always takes about a day to get back into oh, that's right. That's right. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Because you know me, I like those type of challenges, I guess. I don't know. But here's the interesting part is all of that to say, Alex, the GPS. Bro, I, I remember being a kid and whipping out that map, right? Whipping out that map and following the line. My parents used to
Oh, I
drive us
remember those
to
days. I used to be
Mexico,
my
right?
mom's. Yeah, I used to be my mom's co-pilot, and I'll bring
Right.
out the big old map and
Big
like,
old
okay, we're
Randy
going here.
McNally,
Yeah,
right? Bring out the Randy McNally, right?
yeah. These days, kids don't know how to read a map.
No, 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 no. And that's the thing.
Okay.
It's like,
Yeah.
what did we do right before? I remember, having to look up an address. You had to go to the state and you had to look at the street name, the city, the street name. Then you had to go find the coordinate. Like it was a pain, bro. Now you just type it in, and I sit back and I'm like, dude, where were we before the GPS? And I remember the Randy McNally, right? That I'm like, that's where we were before, that everyone had a map in their car just sitting there, right?
Oh
You
yeah,
didn't
in the
touch it,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Glove
it was there.
compartment or on the side door. Like it just sat there just in case. And I would say, man, to me, one of the greatest invention is the GPS. Now the fun part is this is the cool part, right? This is, I think, where the blockchain and the technology
You starting
company
to come
comes in.
around, huh?
I've always been around. I'm all about the blockchain. I'm just not about this crypto, which you probably would be excited about crypto because of the recent
I
uh,
don't know. It's
excitement,
like
but
it's so it's
wishy washy.
yeah, exactly. But so, like I said it before, even when we mentioned, it's always like, yeah, that's money that completely you throw away that can potentially, yeah, you could make money or millions of money, dollars or whatever. But it's not money that I'm counting like, oh, I got to pay my mortgage. I'm going to throw
Don't
it in
bank
there.
on it. Yeah, don't
Yeah,
bank on it
exactly.
for
Like, you're
sure.
not, like, I'm still trying to do my regular ones that are paying nice dividends and just growing slowly because there could be a space for it. And guys, if you've been listening to our show, you know that I'm a fan, and Cardinals not so much, but
I'm a fan to a point, right?
yeah,
The
and then
technology behind
you
it,
probably
if we
start coming
if we
around
figure
more
it out,
because
yeah.
a lot of institutions are starting to adopt it, and you say, okay, maybe it does need some regulation though, like bec- because you just don't want anybody to create a coin and then start scamming people. There's got to be
Which I
something because
think is, I
it's
think it's out
happening.
there. I think
It's
it's out there.
happening. No, 100% is happening.
I
That's
think
why
so.
they're saying like you got to get to those coins and you jump on them as soon as they come out, and then
Yeah.
you kind of
Dump
wait
them.
a couple days, and then you dump it, and
Yeah.
then they're just
Yeah.
pumping dumps. So
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely, you got to be
It's
careful.
so
Be
sad.
careful.
It's so
Yeah.
sad, right? It's so sad to pump and dump because it's not sustainable, right? If it's
No.
that easy to pump and dump, how easy is it to fully dump it all, right? How much of a value
Oh.
is it really, Alex, right? So anyway, man, I would say that when it comes to, what the greatest inventions in the past 50 years, dude, for me, it's definitely the GPS. For you, it's a cell phone, which it's even crazier, right? That
Yeah.
even on GPSs now, if you really monetize it, I love that I can, I mean, I don't love this, but as a business owner, I love that if I'm trying to market to someone, they type in a GPS, and if they're driving by my business, it'll jump up on a GPS and say, hey, you want to be interested? You hungry? Or you want this? Click here, right? Like
Yeah.
that is marketing at its best, dude. Like that's when you go genius, right? Genius.
That's what Google did right. I mean, that's why they're so big, just
Yeah.
because
Love Google.
Yahoo started the same as Google, kind of. Or you remember that, what was that other website? Ask G
Jeeves.
Jobs or G's or
Jeeves.
something.
Jeeves. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It
The
was the
guy. Yeah,
same
yeah.
thing. It was the
Same
same
thing,
thing. It's
right?
just
Right.
Google did it better. It had better incentives and tracking and whatever, and that's why they're still here and they're so big the way that they are. I mean, but
Well, Google and Facebook right now are going through a little bit of, especially Facebook, they're going through some drama, recently.
yeah.
Google and Facebook, at the end of the day, man, the tech world right now is hurting because of all these privacy settings, right? Snapchat got hit the other day, dude. Like Snapchat got hit
But you know what,
hard,
Carlos? If you
right?
don't want to be tracked on any of those, it's easy. Don't be on them. I mean,
I
you
mean,
you go
absolutely, right?
you're signing
But
away and you're
with
saying you agree with some stuff. It's like they're gonna show you what they want to show you, and you should know that. Like, this is why I'm not on Facebook. I have an account. I don't really go on it. I like Instagram because, and plus it does give me, and it gives me what I want to see. It's fine. Is
the
and you got to be
problem
okay
is
with that.
it's when there's children, right?
Yeah.
And
No, I
you're
get it. I get it.
you got
There's some stuff
yeah,
there.
yeah.
I'm not saying that. It just, and I think it's up to the parents as well, because we
Right.
have
That's
kids
a
and
whole nother conversation,
yeah, I mean,
right?
but still, I mean, I get it, dude.
But hey, listen, I was thinking the other day, I literally on the plane, because like I said, I went on this trip for just a good self reset moment, right? Good reset for a variety of things. And one of the things that I came up with was, if I could describe my life right now, right? Because again, these resets are necessary in life. If I could describe my life, or just how I feel about life itself, now that I feel like we're almost there, dude, getting over this whole coronavirus, like
Yeah.
slow, like in New York, man,
Like,
I
I don't
felt
even
like,
care anymore.
bro, I could do anything I wanted to as long as I carried this vaccination card.
Yeah.
I didn't have to wear my mask. I could just show my vaccination card and I was good. Right.
I think
So,
we're all starting for that normalcy, just be
right.
normal.
So all that to say, as we're, looking forward and expecting 2022, because I'm expecting it, for a variety of reasons, for so many good reasons, right? Especially professionally and financially, everything, right? If I could describe my life in 6 words, or if I could just come up with 2 words or 3 words, Alex, uh, it- how would you describe yourself right now, man? What's something that
I
like
would,
you would say, here's where I'm at with this, Los?
I think it's let it let it go and enjoy the moment.
Let it go and enjoy the moment.
Yeah, let it. Well, I guess I put
Is
another
that
it.
six? Is that six too?
No, I just put it. Take away. Let go. Okay, just put let go and enjoy the moment. That's 6.
Right, right, right. I think for me, man, I don't even know if I could bust it into, after this
I
this
had to
time that
give it
I've
some
had.
thought because I
No,
saw
no,
that you
no,
put it on
that's
there, and
fine.
I was ready for it. That's why I was ready. But I thought it was such a hard question because there's so much more that you want to say. But
Right,
go ahead.
right, right. No, 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 no. I think you want to say so much more is because it just can't encompass everything, right?
Correct.
Right. And I think that's where, um we have to remember, like for me, man, is, I think this coronavirus really hit me hard, dude, because it really put my business skills, to work like never before, right?
Mm.
In maintaining a business and providing for others. And, thanks to the big guy upstairs, I can't discredit that. But let me also say this right now, dude, that, um, I am just incredibly grateful, for the gifts that I have, um, been given. I'm just incredibly, It sounds like I'm tooting my own horn, as you said earlier, right? I'm just incredibly grateful for the gifts that I've been given, which kind of leads into the quote of the day, dude. Winston Churchill. I don't even know how to even begin to describe Winston Churchill. If you don't know who Winston Churchill is, go ahead and use Google right now. Google was one of the best inventions, I would say, in the past 50 years too, right, Alex? Winston Churchill says, success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. I'll say it again. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. My name is Carlos.
This is Alex. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Later, guys.
See ya.
Yeah. Hey, make sure you cut me out.
No, ni sale.